Welcome to the Maturity Project, and today's conversation, by the way, I'm Chad Everbroshears. If you like the channel, or you like the video, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you actually pick up anything of value out of today's conversation. Look, the conversations that I put out, or the videos that I put out, and the things that seem to get the most attention is relationships. And I have relationship courses and stuff like that and all of this. The premise of it all is that, look, we don't talk. We don't connect in the way that we actually really want to. We leave so much mystery because we assume the person's going to be coming from the same place as we are, share the same values that we have, or hell, even have the same fantasies that we do, right? Or you get caught up in the whirlwind of fantasies and you don't realize that you don't have the same moral compass, right? Or the same tolerances and integrity, right? You just get like, hey, you know what? I can't wait to make you my next best nightmare that I tell everybody about. And we're going to have so much fun because I'm going to tell people how grateful I am that I met you. And then later on, who knows, maybe it'll be a week, a month, half a year, couple of years, who knows? But I promise you, I'm going to Taylor Swift the hell out of you. I'm going to make all kinds of stories about how bad of a person you are. But I got to tell you what, woo! If I can't have as much fun on the way up with you as I do on the way out, I'm going to make it more fun on the way out. That seems to be the way that we do this thing, right? It's fascinating. Really. It's people want to make a big deal about their work, which you should, because you can't find the depth of satisfaction and a sense of purpose if you don't have the work category established in a mature way. Right? You just, I just need to make a paycheck. Well, you know what the difference between a paycheck and a career is? Well, fulfillment and satisfaction. Because you could make a lot of money and be in a career. Or you can just make a lot of money and can't wait to find another company to work for. If you have purpose, which I teach that in the business direction, especially as a consultant for businesses, how do you create a career opportunity for your employees? There's a tactful approach to it, and it has a lot of pieces. But yet they're actually very simple. Same thing with relationships. But you're going to spend so much time focusing on how to get better in business, and you think that your relationship's just going to work out. I got the right person. They're at home, or they're off doing their job, and we meet up at the end of the day, and we kiss and we hug and we do the relationship stuff, movies, dinner, whatever. And then at the end of the day, who knows? Maybe we're going to get lucky. Just get that urge off my back so I don't need to worry about that during the day and I can focus on the other things. But why are we putting this much effort into the relationships? Especially now, divorce rates are they're increasing, right? Who the hell stays together anymore? As soon as you get on Facebook or whatever other social media you go on and you see people popping up in a relationship, the next thing you know, it's like they don't say anything, they broke up, whatever, or they just tell their close people or whatever, the news feed. And then next thing you know, it's like in a relationship, somebody different. It's like, what the hell is going on over here? Is this a polygamous situation or is this just really chaotic short-term relationships? We're not putting the important stuff on the front end. We meet somebody and we're like, hot and heavy, baby. Let's go. I like this. This is great. They got the right features that I like about, my partner. They seem to have the right amount of excitement or, hey, if nothing else, it's better than just sitting at home doing nothing, being bored. Right? Whatever the hell it is that gets you into these things. We're just not putting that kind of effort into it. So what do you need to know? It's important stuff, right? Chad, what does the Maturity Project have to say about this? Well, I actually have it written out in a course, but I'll give you a couple of tidbits. One of those are, you should know your core values. What exactly do you, by the way, let me give you what core values are. Because if I keep going, it's going to be like, oh, wait, what? Oh, that sounds good. No, all right, there's three different core values, three layers to the core values, if you will, the categories. One is the I core value. That is all about you. This is what you need to do to take care of yourself and how much time you need to you, what kind of foods you need to eat, what time you go to bed, the stuff that you yourself are responsible for. 1 second, because I myself am responsible for that hot tub turning on. So let me go to it. Speaking of relationships, Jesus. Well, the bikini is optional. All right, back to it. Anyway, all right, so I values. This actually, if you go through the Maturity Project, the 8 different areas of maturity, you just check the box on each one of them, right? Physically, what do you need to do to keep yourself healthy? What do you need to do to take care of you? All right? This is all you. Nobody else has anything to do with it. Okay? Now, community. How much time do you need to be with, in this scenario, it's how much time you need to be with your other people in your life, your friends, because in the relationship concept of the I value, it's how much time you need to be with your friend, not with your partner, if that's even there, right? Should be in most instances. So, all right. Now, how much time do you need to study? What kind of studying do you need to do? What do you want to do? How much do you want to know? What kind of software do you want to download, right? What do you want to know? What brings you satisfaction and knowledge? Emotions. How do you talk to yourself? Do you meditate? Do you know you? Or are you just trying to fill that uncomfortable void so you don't need to figure out who you are by having other people involved, right? Your I value and your emotions will help you find that out, right? Finance. For you, how much money do you need to make you feel like you are taking care of yourself? Business. What kind of job do you need to have that makes you feel that you are taking care of yourself and you're applying yourself in such a way that makes sense, right? Then you get into sexuality. Do you need to do anything by yourself? Some people still do. Some people, their partner doesn't have that same activity level or the same level of desire or frequency. Do you need to do that for you? Or also sexuality also falls into the kind of clothes you wear, stuff like that as well. The way you express yourself. And then spirituality. What's your purpose? What are you after? What are you trying to accomplish? What do you want to do that you yourself are responsible for? No one else can impede on that, because if they do, it affects it. Then it can take away from you and it can affect the other person's relationship with you. Now, all of these basically take exactly what I said for the I and put it on the we. Once you get through your I values, now it's about what you need to do for you and your partner. What kind of physical activities do you guys need to do to stay in shape and stay healthy and take care of yourselves that you can do together? Don't forget, you're not going to lose your I. What you need to do for you. This is should your partner be involved in any of the physical activities that you get involved with? If you like hiking, should they go hiking with you? It's like that. You should have some clarity there. Go through the list. Though all values is exactly how should your relationship affect other people, their relationships, and everything else, right? It's the all of it. How should the world receive you from each one of those categories? If these are still confusing, that's what the course is for. This is not an infomercial for the course. This is just simply saying, let's create some clarity, because why are some people incredibly successful with their relationships and they're not all over the place? They have a great one and then they are good. It's like, penguins, right? But they mate for life, single partner, whatever. It's like, man, they got it together, man. Why? You think they were touched with something special? Like they were just like, hey, they won the lottery for this? It could be. Or it could be the fact that they've actually worked on themselves in this manner or in such a way that they've connected with each other and they have an amazing relationship because they worked for it. They're not expecting the relationship to be great. They made it great. Big differences. So, all right. Now, when you go through that, that'll help you understand some things. Now, we are in the modern society. It's 2025. People get involved in all kinds of different relationship structures. And those structures could be, I am celibate. Don't see it as often, but I actually met a guy at the gym the other day. He's like, I'm celibate. Actually, I met him about a year ago, but I run into him all the time. So he's celibate. He is 40-something years old. His name is D. He's a cool guy. And yeah, he's like, nope. I am channeling the energy for something else. Cool, man. That's your walk in life. I'm not going to be here to knock you down about it. You seem pretty satisfied and content with yourself. But if it ever changes, I am somebody you can talk to, because I am all about development and growth. So then there is the standard or traditional relationship styles, which is the monogamous ones, right? Or at least the traditional types. Fantastic. And I absolutely support that. Right? Because it's easier to keep things stable and structural, and you can make a significant bit of progress with somebody in your life in a monogamous relationship. But it's not for everybody. There is still another category, and that is the polygamists. Right? Or for me, it is ethical non-monogamy. That's the only direction that I'll teach whenever it comes to the relationship course, because I do not want to teach lying and deception, because that creates all kinds of chaos in relationships and your own life. And it teaches patterns of behaviors that can have success models, but you will still have a cost that gets paid eventually. So why take that trail? Why do that? Especially whenever you want somebody to love you for who you are, not for the person that you want them to believe you are. Because that is a shitty place to be when somebody loves you for who you want them to believe you are versus who you are. I often tell people, don't teach people to love who you want them to believe you are or to love the idea of you. Because if they don't love who you are, those low days are going to be really low. You're not going to have that depth of connection that you see other people have, and you'll think that they fake it or whatever. And you're creating your own hell. Now, it's a topic that I had with a gentleman that I did a video with recently. His name's John, and it's the portal to hell is through pleasure for some people, and often for a lot of people. Don't make your pleasure seeking turn into your hell. I've lived through this myself, and I will speak very powerfully about that one. Yeah, don't let it take you there. Right? You don't have to. Yeah, just open up integrity, baby. If you're going to be in that third category, fantastic. But know those categories are there. Have clarity. Be brave. You got to start conversations in such a way that actually makes a difference for you and the other person anyway. So why not create those? Don't worry about fear of rejection. If that person rejects you, go home and do the thing I mentioned earlier about taking care of your own issues. You might need to do that for a little bit longer. Just because that person's really pretty or really good looking. Yeah. You don't want to convince that person to stick around for 2 years and start sharing those nasty stories about you because they're so upset that you didn't live up to what they thought you were going to or what you told them you would or convinced them that you would. So, all right. Now, this is intended to be a short video. But the goal is this. Relationships are fucking chaos for a lot of people. They don't have to be. We have been conditioned to make it that way. A lot contributes to the pathway to hell through pleasure. Right? You've got all kinds of dating apps that just put people into rosters, and the next thing you know, I got 15 people in my DMs. You know, if you act up, you act a fool, and I go to bed. You know, by the way, the old school thing was you don't call the person within 3 days, right? You don't contact them, whatever. Like the game that people like to play, which I've never liked that. I thought it was stupid because I'd rather be authentic and just right there, whatever. But anyway, that's the old game. Right? And it had other things, other rules, but it's all the old school stuff, you know. It's like you do your tests to make sure they're into you. Well, there's a new game now. And there's a way that people qualify stuff. If I go to bed, you know, twice unhappy about this situation, I'm going to start putting effort into another one that I got in my rosters. Or, hey, I say good morning, gorgeous, or I say good morning, handsome to X amount of people every day. Just because I want to keep those fires warm, just in case I need to bring them in. Or, hey, I really like what this person does. They seem to be financially stable and smart, and I enjoy being around them. They're charismatic. But the sex life's not so great. I'm not talking to them about it. I'm not trying to create a good sex life with them. I'm just, hey, you showed me what you got. I'll tolerate it. But this other person, man, they really deliver. Not that smart, not that much fun to be around. But whenever it comes time for that Netflix and chill moment, which, yes, I'm older than that, people. The old Netflix and chill. Yeah, I'm much older than that one. Yeah, no, I got that person. I'm just, yeah, I don't feel well tonight. I'm not going out. I'm going to stay home. Have a good night. Guess what? I got Dexter. Let's watch Netflix. And yeah, I didn't even log in. Let's go. Yeah, whatever. So, and they're just like filling up. You know, this person's got the money that I need, and I like being around them. They buy me stuff, so you know, whatever. And it's just like it's this weird, it's this crazy thing that we've made relationships almost into another lifestyle thing that's just outside of what it used to be. You know, it's like it has profiteering opportunities. And how do you change your status in life? You know, versus I want to build something great with you right there. I want to take something, I want to make it great. I want to construct a future reality that we both will feel that we put in the work and we can reap the benefits. So that when you do have that, you know, high-end car or whatever the hell it is that you want to use as your reward to yourself because you built that. By the way, I'm talking about power couples right now. Yeah, that's a category that's in this too. You know, I'll give you those and then we'll close out the video. So let's just talk about it this way. Look, you're not talking enough about what really is important to you because you haven't done the work to figure it out for yourself. Most of us are like that. That's why the relationships are failing. It's pretty freaking easy to figure out. But at the same time, when you're caught up in the whirlwind of everything else going on, sometimes you just want to figure out how to blow off steam or whatever it is to distract you from the other parts of your life that you're not so satisfied in. So simple stuff, but anyway. All right, whenever it comes to the different types of relationships, so you'll have, like, where are you at with your seriousness of your relationship? You will have the casual or friends with benefits. So, and that has there's a spectrum to it, right? There's that I don't want to ever be around you, but whenever I have a need, I'm going to let you know, and I'm not going to communicate with you outside of that. That is the bottom end of the friends with benefits. There's next to no personal. You are one step away from transactional. Here's some money, and it could be for either person, really. And then you've got the, I really want you around. I love being around you. We have a lot of fun, but I still don't want to get anything serious. Let's just have a fun, casual relationship. That's on the higher end before you get to the long term, right? Long-term relationships, pretty traditional, pretty standard. We all have heard it all, whatever. You have the understanding exactly what type. Is it going to be a celibate one? Which, by the way, there are partners, people together. They're celibate. They don't actually sleep together. You find this like religious structures, things like that. But you have other reasons for it, but most likely you'll find that with people that are in the religious category. I'm not knocking them. That's just how you can find those things. For the celibate relationships, they don't sleep together, but they've been together for a while. Now, but with long-term, you can have a lot of different types. It could also be a polygamous long-term relationship, but you have to have a lot of clarity with those types because there's a lot of room for a lot of screw-ups, and you have a lot of other people involved with their own desires, and it can get incredibly chaotic. Not to mention, hey, you're opening your exposure to a lot of stuff, including hard conversations that, you probably don't want to have, right? That's definitely seem worse than the fun, if you catch my drift. So, all right, then you have that power couple. And the power couple, man, whoo, you can build the world, man. Beyonce and Jay-Z, for anything else, I'm not talking about anything else about them, but you can look at them and say they're a power couple. You got a lot of them, actually. Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell, that's actually a power couple. There's a lot of them out there. But most of the time we don't glorify them. We don't really put the emphasis on it that you can create that relationship yourself. It's like, hey, some people are lucky. They're not lucky. They're strategic, and they built something amazing together. You can do it too. Promise you. I promise you. So with that, hey, we're all in this thing together. We're failing up, right? We're failing forward and failing up. And we're going to fail often because the more often that you fail, the more lessons you're going to learn. Before you know it, you won't be failing in that area anymore. You're going to be successful. And then you're going to figure out another place to fail in. As long as you got that model that failure is not the end, but failure is part of the process, you're going to move faster. Versus the emotional impact of failing and going, I am worthless, I can't do something, blah, blah, blah. You're now putting all this emotional weight on yourself. You're kind of like covering yourself with emotional blankets. It's going to take a lot of energy to get out from under that to get into the progress stage again, where you can start moving forward. So why do it to yourself? Learn how to fail gracefully. Laugh at yourself. That's important. I found that's a lot of fun. And, okay, not always fun, but it can be a lot of fun. But it's incredibly beneficial, especially when you feel like the world becomes nothing but despair. And then you tell yourself, oh, this is the lesson. Now I just got to figure out exactly what it is, but I'm in the right conditions for the lesson. Now, if I learn it, I won't be here again because I'll outgrow it. Or you can avoid it. It'll come back. That's the way it works. You can't escape it. So, all right, that's it for today. I'm Chad Everett Broshears. I'm the host of the show. And this is a maturity project. Now, here's the thing whenever it comes to sharing, all right? When you want to make change in your life, it is important to let the people that are close to you know that you're up to something. You don't have to tell them everything you're up to, but just make sure they're aware you're up to something. Because here's the deal. If they don't know you're up to something, you are making changes. Change will create stress, especially when you don't know when your next steps, when they are, or what direction you need to take. Uncertainty creates extra stress. It magnifies stress. Stress squared, right? Once you get that level of uncertainty, that stress comes up, then the people that are close to you in your life will notice that you're stressed. And they're going to want to try to help you however they can. They will use empathy to bring you back to where you were before you made those changes, to where you used to be happiest, or at least the most satisfied and least stressed, because they care about you and they're going to try to help you. But this is where their empathy becomes a lasso to pull you back to your past, because they don't know you're up to something. That makes sense, right? Enroll people. You can share this video with them, have a conversation about it, and then see where it takes you as far as how that gets in the enrollment, what happens there. If you want to know more about how do you deal with somebody that is enrolled in what you're up to, but you're also now dependent on them supporting you, I will make a video on that if you guys want, but do put a comment in the comment section for that. Let me hear from you, because I have no problem whatsoever making videos about what you guys want to hear about. Okay? I'm not telling you I'm your guru, by the way, because I'm not. I'm a guy going through life, but I have a knack for paying attention to the details that matter, because details do matter. So with that, share the video, have a conversation, get them to just understand you're up to something, even if they don't offer you resource support of any type, whether that's just their time, their attention, their affection, whatever, money, whatever it might be, or favors from other people, it doesn't matter, to help you get through whatever it is, or to help you take your next steps. If they don't have all that stuff, you just make sure that they know, so they don't try to pull you back. Okay? But you don't know, they might actually have something else to help you move along faster as well. Share it. You never know what people are going to say in your life. So, all right. Path to hell is paved with good intentions. Plenty of people have already done it. Let's not do that. We're not going to do it. Okay? We're going to create the utopia that we're actually out to create, because we're going to understand whenever the hard times come, it's a gift. It's not something to run from. It's not the the clouds of death. Black clouds bring clouds, or brings rain, right? And rain brings growth. It's good. You just got to have the understanding of what the hell is going on, and you won't make it so doom and gloom. All right. Till next time, subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment in the comment section. If you do want to reach me for the relationship course or anything else, I can even build courses for you if I know exactly what it is that you yourself want. But reach out to me from yourmaturityproject@gmail.com. That is YOUR maturityproject@gmail.com. I'll be happy to start a conversation with you to make a difference, to make something that you make your life different by. All right. Till next time, let's get up to something. Let's get up to it together. Let's go.